AITA for not inviting my ex-best friend to my wedding even though I was the MO at hers? Not the a-hole. I 31F had a friend Maria 31F growing up. We met when we were about 8 or 9 and quickly became best friends. We started slowly growing apart in high school as our schedules changed and almost completely lost touch during college. By the time we were 23, we only saw each other once a year at Christmas for our old friend group's Christmas dinner. Maria got engaged to her high school sweetheart and asked me to be her maid of honor in the wedding. At the time she asked me, we had not seen or spoken to each other in almost 2 years, so it honestly shocked me when she asked, but I agreed. She asked me about a year before the wedding, and after she asked me to be Mo, she did not speak to me again for 6 months. I had taken it to mean maybe she wanted to rekindle our friendship and reached out a few times during those 6 months to meet up for lunch or hang out, but she never responded. When she finally texted me, it was to meet up with her and her best friend, one of the bridesmaids, to pick out the dresses for the bridal party. She showed up 3 hours late. Apparently, she and her friend decided to meet up for lunch and to hang out before meeting me at the mall, completely ignoring our agreed-upon time and the fact that I had already said I was there and waiting for them. I'm not going to go into details of the next 6 months leading up to the wedding, but that should give you an idea of how it went. By the time the wedding day came, I genuinely felt so used and disrespected. On the day of the wedding, Maria was just mean. I waited until the speeches and the first dance were over. Then I left the reception and went home. I have not spoken to her since. It's been about 4 years since her wedding, and I am now engaged and getting married in 2 months. I did not invite Maria or any of our old friend group. In my mind, our friendship is well and truly dead. Apparently, Maria ran into my sister at a store and were chatting, and my sister mentioned the wedding. Maria texted me honestly shocked. She still has my number to send me her address. So I knew where to send her invitation, and I just responded thank you, but the guest list is already set. Have a nice day, she told the friend group, and now they're all blowing up my phone about inviting them for old time's sake and that I owe at least Maria an invitation because I was her Mo. They've been posting on social media, and now even my mom is getting involved, saying I should invite them all just to keep the peace and out of respect for our old friendship. My argument is that I haven't spoken to them in years, and I don't care about this wedding etiquette thing, and I don't owe her an invitation just because I was her Mo, especially considering everything that happened with her wedding. But literally only my fiancé is on my side. So AITA? First comment, NTA. Have you ever noticed how people who aren't responsible for the bill love to invite more people and demand upgrades? Charming, isn't it? You've had no contact with these people for years, and if your sister had not mentioned it, they wouldn't have known that there was a wedding. Does your sister know that you don't talk to Maria? Weddings are too expensive to invite people for old time's sake. They just want free food and booze and a place to act like IDOTs because they won't see the people there again. Is your mom offering to pay for these additional guests? Would your venue accommodate the old friend group plus their significant others and children? All these people demanding that these people be invited are welcome to plan, host, and pay for their own party that'll cost thousands of dollars. I agree with others that you ignore and block the people who aren't invited. I would also suggest that you ask the invited guests who harass you about inviting them, "Oh, that's so nice of you to give up your spot at the wedding. Is that going to be just you, or will your +1 be giving up their spot? So are you offering to pay for their meal and seat at the reception? No, you're not? HM, okay, if you change your mind, let me know. If not, then I guess we don't have to discuss this again, but thank you so much for checking in." I think they'll drop it real quick. Put your foot down so that you can enjoy your planning because it's your and your fiancé's day, not anyone else's. Second comment, NTA. I do not understand why people use keep the peace as a way to push someone into doing something that will hurt or disgust them. Why the heck should you have to please people who treated you badly and have not been your friends for years? Just to keep your mom relatives from feeling uncomfortable, you have to mess up your wedding inviting mean girls? Your wedding should be good memories, not leave a sour taste from meeting everyone else's wishes except your own. That is not fair and should not be asked of you. Your wedding, you are an adult, say no. If you and fiancé are paying, definitely say no and never ask me again. If your folks are paying for the wedding, they could push back if they become pests. You could always just go to the courthouse or have a nice wedding out of town with just your friends. Let your mom know that you would prefer doing either of those to being forced to invite disliked guests. Third comment, NTA. Weddings are a great opportunity to set boundaries. Ex-best friend, to me, means something unredeemable probably happened in that relationship, such as the way she treated you at leading up to her wedding, or, at best, the relationship died. Although I get criticism for it, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and look for where the other party could be misunderstood or justified. I could say, oh, weddings are stressful. Lots of brides can be pretty horrible to the people they love around that time. But you did say that she ever tried to reach out and/or apologize after treating you poorly using you. If this was someone with whom your relationship hadn't totally disintegrated, you'd have referred to her as long estranged friend. Or childhood best friend who I haven't spoken in several years or something like that. Who cares if the old friend group is pressuring you for invites too? Makes me wonder if they're super bored or petty, or if your wedding is going to so glamorous that they just really want to attend. Either way, unless someone is family, you shouldn't invite anyone to your wedding that you don't have kindly feelings towards. You don't say if you value any of those other old connections, but I'd think the answer is no, otherwise you'd have put their names on your guest list. Additionally, if you did invite the ex-friend, you might be distracted by the friction of her presence unless everyone else loves her. Hard to imagine, and it's not worth it on your special day. Kinda curious why only your fiancé is on your side. Really? Seems a bit odd. Regarding your mother. If your mother actually likes this gal as a person, or has fond feelings towards her, I might consider inviting someone I don't like, especially if your parents are helping pay for the wedding, if it would make a big difference for someone else I love, like if one of her parents are close friends with one of your parents, but you don't say that. You only say that your mom wants to keep up appearances. You might consider telling your mom and anyone else for whom it'd be appropriate, in a diplomatic and general way, why you're not inviting this person I haven't had a close friendship with so-and-so since high school. Estranged friends is not one of the categories of people I want at our wedding. If they persist, say something like, I realize that this is an uncomfortable topic, but my wedding guest list is not up for debate or as difficult as this is. I've given it full consideration, and it's okay if you don't quite understand or agree with my fiancé and I, or her, and I actually had a falling out and no longer have kindly respectful feelings for one another. If delivered properly, firmly, slowly, cordially, with no gossip or mudslinging ... Practice it in a classy lawyer persona if you need to. If you still get pushback, simply repeat the exact same words in the exact same tone. I'd be curious to hear how it goes.